Welcome to early fall and deer season in South Carolina. Well, hey there folks, this is Wade Rush. I host the Bubba Roundtree Outdoors channel, and welcome to the channel. If you like the stuff you see here, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. All that good stuff. Make sure you ring the notification bell, because just because you subscribe does not mean that YouTube is going to let you know when we upload new content. Boy, have we got some cool stuff to look over and to review here on this channel now. No pun intended. When I say cool stuff to look at. Anyway, long story short, not too long ago, we here at the channel, we reached out to several of these high-end cooler companies. Little backstory, you know, we live here in the South, in Midlands of South Carolina. We have 6 or so months of summer weather out of the year. I'm not kidding. We start hitting the 90s usually in early April. Many times within the second or third week of April we hit 90s. We were in the hundreds in May this past year, and here we are moving into the last week of September, and we've got several days in the upper 90s. That's right, upper 90s scheduled to hit us here in this, moving into the third week in September. Looks like the last week of September will be hotter than the first week in August. Anyway, we live in a hot dang environment down here, and even though it's fall and deer season coming in, hunting season coming in, we need coolers desperately. So back to, we reached out to several of these high-end cooler companies to find out why these high-end coolers are so good, why their performance level is supposed to be so much higher than the other ones, and how much better are they really built than all these other coolers. Well, we reached out to several, and if I were to call their names here, you would recognize and say, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about there. Yeah, I know who that is, and all that other stuff several times over. And nearly every one of these companies put us on their pro staff. Yes, they added the BRO channel to their pro staff, which means 30 to 40% off of their merchandise, which is a heck of a good deal when you're talking about high-end coolers and stuff like that. Well, one company got back and said, Wade, we understand the kind of environment you living in, buddy, and I'll tell you what, so we're going to send you some gear to review on your channel and to take a look at. And that was the folks over at Pelican Coolers. They sent us some really cool gear to look over, and so we're going to get right into that right now. We're going to be taking a look at the 20-quart Pelican cooler today, taking a closer look at it. We, Miss Joanne and myself, as soon as we got this thing, we went over to a little ice dispensing depot, and the biggest bag that we could get out of this machine was a 16-pound bag. And so we got that, hoping it would be close to filling up this cooler. It probably would have held 20 pounds. That's pretty good. Well, that's what we're gonna do. We'll leave a little bit of airspace in there. We put 16 pounds in there. We're gonna give that a try, see how long that lasts. $24 and 24 hours on the back porch, which means, I mean, it's probably been hovering around 75, 80 degrees out here. All right, we'll check it again tomorrow. It's been a full 48 hours with 16 pounds of ice in it. It looks like we got still a pretty good chunk. Whew, boy, that's cold. Well, it's ice, you dummy. Of course it's cold. All right, we'll check it again in another 24 hours. There's about a third of it in there, or 16 pounds. Water is still really cold, but this is 72 hours later. Yeah, I don't see any ice left. Yeah, that is impressive. I usually don't get but about 12 hours out of a little small cooler full of ice.
Yeah.
Well, that does impress. To say that the coolers are overbuilt would be the wrong terminology, although it seems that way. They're built like a tank. They are built to last a lifetime. That's the way to put it. Whenever they build them, they expect you to only have to buy them one time. If you change anything on it, you drill any holes in it, cut it, or anything like that, you'll avoid the warranty. But everybody understands that kind of stuff, any kind of modifications and all that other stuff. But who would want to drill a big hole in their cooler anyway? Just wondering. But anyway. Empty weight of the 20 quart looks to be, just shy of 12.5 pounds. The bottom has got big rubber feet. 4 big rubber feet on the bottom to keep this thing from sliding when it's in the back of the truck or on the counter or anywhere, any solid surface, or like the bottom of Josh's paddle boat here. We've got a nice big wide beefy handle with a rubber coated center right here. I've got monster hands in both of my hands to hold it in case I had to pick it up if I had 2 big fresh wild hog hams or a ham off a 200-pound buck in here. You need both hands to pick this thing up. Okay, folks, we got a super nice positive latch system on these things. They have to be unlatched. Nice big rubber gasket that can be replaced. The injection molding process they use on these things is outstanding. It's a beautiful piece of work. Look at the hinges are probably 5 inches wide on each side on the hinges themselves. The hardware, we got stainless steel right here through the lid, so you can put a lock on here if you had to put a lock on a unit like this. Absolutely awesome. This is our new everyday throw in the back of the truck, throw in the back of the four-wheeler 20 quart cooler. I'd like to thank Pelican for doing this for us. Well, folks, all I can say to Pelican is that we really appreciate you guys helping to support the BRO channel. And I really wish that we'd have had this kind of technology back in the early mid-2000s when me and Miss Joanne and Rachel were following my son Hammer all over the Southeast as he played college baseball. Some of the fondest memories of my life was whenever we got to follow my son around from Florida to Tennessee, Kentucky, and all the states in between, up and down this hot Southeast, as we followed him while he was playing college baseball. And this technology would have been such an awesome thing to have had our hands on as we lived out of coolers for several days every week while we were following him all over the country. Pelican coolers are guaranteed to last a lifetime, folks. They mean it when they say that they are guaranteed for life against any damage in workmanship and all that stuff with their hard-sided coolers. Now, stuff like hinges, latches, plugs, and all that are not necessarily under the lifetime warranty, but you can still work around that with the warranty claims and still get a lot of that hardware stuff replaced under warranty through the warranty page on their website. That's right, they stand behind their products, folks. Hope you liked looking at this little 20 quart cooler that has got loads of potential for this channel. It's going to go everywhere we go because it's just that easy to tote it around. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be back with a lot more very, very soon. Bye-bye.